Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Ethereum and its breach of $2,000. The $2,000 breach actually did not happen today. It happened yesterday. Yesterday was a high of 21.25. Today, we went to a high of 21.08. Currently trading at 19.99. Um, this is an important moment in Ethereum's price history. I will give it that. $2,000 is quite a significant achievement. However, when we look, it's the current market. I mean, it's being currently dragged by Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at $57,000. Okay, we're now flirting with the idea of $60,000 Bitcoin. And because of that, I mean, Ethereum's is just along for the ride. And this is something that I want to drive home is that yes, Ethereum's at $2,000, but it could be a lot more. I think when we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation and where it currently is in comparison to the rest of the price history it's had, especially in the last bull run, um, even accounting for diminishing returns, I don't think this is the level um, or the pace Ethereum should be at um, in this circumstance. Having said that, um, Ethereum has been on an amazing run uh, for this market cycle. It was at a low of a couple $100. You could have bought it under $100 in March at $84, and measuring from there. Okay, just to put some perspective to where we are right now, Ethereum's up 2,300%. That's a 24x. That is impressive. Current outlook with Ethereum is that it's trending alongside the 20-day moving average. As you can see, it has been riding it this whole time, and as long as we don't break it, we should be fine. A lot of that has to do in part with Bitcoin's price. If Bitcoin continues to rally or even calms down, allowing Ethereum Bitcoin to catch up, we should see the US dollar valuation of Ethereum stay above the 20-day moving average. If Bitcoin crashes, tomorrow, for example, we could potentially see that happen where it breaks down below the 20-day. But for now, Ethereum is remaining somewhat bullish, and it's all due, I would say a majority of it is due to Bitcoin. Having said that, I also want to take a look at the longer term outlook of Ethereum. With Ethereum currently at $2,000, let's look at where we are. Well, for the month of February, Ethereum is now up 50% since the beginning of February. We opened, okay, just last month, not even a month ago, because we still have one more week of February left. We opened at $1,300, and now we're at $2,000. We are, you could arguably say we're exploding in price. I also want to keep everyone in mind of the RSI. Now, the RSI for me is not a hard line rule, but I think it's a good idea of how overheated the market can get. So currently, right now, we're at 87.66 on the RSI. The high of 2018, so January 2018, the same month where Ethereum moved to $1,400, that market cycle top, we went to an RSI of 89.79. So we're getting darn close. We're not there, but we're getting darn close. And from the peak in 2017, June of 2017, where you could say that that was the month where Ether Bitcoin was at its highest, right? We went to an RSI of 97.69. So it seems like we can get to the high 90s, and that is around the ceiling for Ethereum. Um, with that said, we're not there yet. We're pretty far away from that. But if we continue the trend the way we are on, just taking a weird extrapolation of the current trend, we would get to an RSI of 90 by mid March, I would say, of 2021. Mid mid-March, you guys. Like if this trend is to continue, that's next month. I don't think in one aspect, I mean, it could, it very much could. Um, Q1 is shown to be a great time for altcoins, and we can look at any altcoin during that in a Q1 period and see some degree of movement, especially in a bull market. And Ethereum would be thrown in that lot as well. So we could see something like what we saw last cycle, where the peak wasn't the dollar peak, right? Like this wasn't the dollar peak. It went to a high of $450, but that wasn't the peak. The dollar peak would come much later in January. So we could see an RSI peak of $450. We correct back down, and we continue our way up. So that is a possibility, and we could see that happen again where we come to a peak of, say, $3,000. That gets us to the high 90s. We move sideways and down for months until the next run up, which would take us to maybe a lower point on the RSI, but a higher point on the US dollar. So I just wanted to, have this in everyone's mind, of where we are in terms of the longer trend of Ethereum. I, for one, believe that Ethereum has a lot more room to grow. In fact, in my view, an $8,000 Ethereum through this market cycle is possible, and it is probably around the time where I would be clearing out most of my position of Ethereum. But anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.